What is up, car addicts? In this video, we're talking about this week's Double Money Event Week as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for February 27th through Monday, March 3rd, 2025. And the reason for this 5-day event week is because of the expanded and enhanced PC version coming on Tuesday, March 4th. Now, at the time of this recording, we don't know if the Oscar Guzman Flies Again mini DLC update is going to release on March 4th as well, along with the Coquette D5 and the remaining Drip Feed vehicles, but we're going to have to wait and see from Rockstar what they do. Hopefully we get some info later today or tomorrow on that. Anyways, for login unlocks, we have the Carnival clothing continuing from last week, which are the feather shirt and shorts, the Carnival feather dress and sundress for female characters. If you purchase any bottle of champagne at any bar, you'll receive the Carnival bandana. Also, Rockstar has reduced the in-game cooldown for the Vincent Dispatch work missions from 5 minutes to only 1 minute, which is a bit of a random change. Anyways, the current price ride for this week is the Vapid Retinue Mark II. It's primarily based on the Ford Escort Mark II and has a normal price of about $1.6 million and a trade price of about $1.2 million. To get it for free this week, you have to get top 3 in an LS Carmate Series race for 4 days in a row. In regards to performance, in the Sports Classics class, it is a top 5 performing car in the class, excluding HSW for track performance. It's very quick, easy to drive, and has some pretty good customization as well. Now, obviously, it's not going to be anywhere near the new low speed on most tracks for performance, but it's still a great car that can still be competitive depending on the track when HSW is turned off. Continuing to the test ride vehicles, we have the Rapid GT Classic, the Stinger, and the Locust, and all of these except the Locust are move website vehicles. And for current gen console users, we have the Entity MT as a HSW test ride vehicle for this week. Continuing to the Casino Podium vehicle, we have the Karen Everon. It's primarily based on the Toyota Hilux Arctic truck and has a normal price of just under $1.5 million and a trade price of about $1.1 million. It's in the off-roads class and is a mid-tier performing truck in that class, and of course, due to its large wheels and lift, it has very good ground clearance, making it a great vehicle to off-road with. Plus, it has great customization, just an overall really good off-roader that you should definitely try and win this week. In terms of the dealership cars this week, in luxury autos, we have the Pipistrello and the Astrobe GZ. Continuing to Simeons, we have the Stafford, the 190Z, the Strider, the Super Diamond, and the Fagiloa, and all these are move website vehicles. Continuing to discounts, starting off with the property discounts, we have 30% off the hangar properties as well as the upgrades/renovations for them, which is continuing from last week. Highly recommend this property as it's currently the only place in the game that you can store and customize most of the DLC aircraft. Continuing to vehicle discounts, starting off from the Legendary Motorsport website, we have 30% off the Schlagen GT. So this one's of a sports class and is an above average performing car not including HSW. It's one of my favorite sports cars in the game because of its fantastic styling, great customization, good exhaust note, and a pretty good driving experience as well. Highly recommend this one if you don't own it. This one is just a really nice overall car. Next up, we have 30% off the GB200. So this one's of a sports class and is one of the slower vehicles in that class for track performance, and that's mainly due to the fact that it unfortunately has these slow handling flags, which makes it go slow over bumps, so just a real shame, because other than that, this car has some great customization and fantastic detail both inside and out. For the styling alone, I honestly think it's kind of still worth buying, honestly. Moving along, we have 30% off the Astron. So this one's in the SUVs class and is a top 5 performing SUV in that class excluding HSW depending on the track, but obviously still a ways off the pace of some of the top SUVs even with HSW off. Now it does have some pretty good customization, but honestly I still think it's a bit overpriced for what it is. Continuing, we have 30% off the Jugular. So this car is in the sports class and is a top 15 performing vehicle in that class for track performance excluding HSW. Till this day, it still remains as the fastest 4-door sports car for track performance, which is very impressive. It has very good handling, speed, some pretty decent customization, and a great exhaust note as well shared from the XA21. I absolutely love this car, and I think it's a great deal at this price. And lastly, for this website, we have 30% off the Reaver. So this one's in the motorcycles class and is a top 10 performing bike, which is pretty good. However, its main strength is top speed, where it actually has the highest non-glitch top speed in the motorcycles class when holding a wheelie of 163 miles per hour, which is very impressive considering this is not an HSW vehicle, although I personally feel it's a bit overpriced even with this discount. Moving on to the Summer San Andreas website, we have 30% off the Journey 2. So this one is a personal vehicle, which is pretty cool, and it is in the Vans class and usable in races, but obviously it's one of the slower ones in that class, and the customization is a bit of a letdown. It only offers liveries and the usual paint and wheels as customization, which is kind of a disappointment, but if you've been wanting to own one, I guess here's your chance at a decent price. Next up, we have 30% off the iWagon. So this one's in the SUVs class and is a top 10 performing vehicle in that class, not including HSW depending on the track. Its main strength is obviously acceleration, being electric, and some pretty decent handling as well. However, where it's a letdown is in the top speed department, where even with max upgrades, it only has a top speed of 94 miles per hour, which is very sad, especially at this price point. I don't think it's worth it at all. Continuing, we have 30% off the Sultan Classic. So this one's in the sports class and is a top 20 performing vehicle in that class, not including HSW. It's very quick both on and off-road, having a 0% speed loss off-road. It also has great customization, styling, etc. It's just a really great overall car. It's a great buy for sure. Next up, we have 30% off the Doom Buggy. Now this one's a bit weird because it is a remove website vehicle, but I guess they decided to add it back to the website this week for the event week. But anyway, it's in the off-roads class and is a mid-tier performing vehicle in that class. Now this is an OG vehicle, so it doesn't really have any visual customization, but I suppose if you've been wanting to get it, here's your chance to add it to your garage. And lastly, for this website, we have 50% off the Festival Bus. This one is of course a Pegasus vehicle, which means it has no upgrades, but I suppose if you want to blast music with your friends, it's kind of a cool vehicle for that. Moving on to the Warstock website, we have 30% off the turreted limo. So this one is not usable in regular races, but it does of course have the turreted machine gun on top, which is pretty cool, but keep in mind that it is a Pegasus vehicle. Continuing to the Latest Travels website, we have 30% off the Vestra Jet. So this one is a Pegasus aircraft and it only seats 2 players, not really worth it in my opinion, especially in the current state of GT Online. And lastly, we have 30% off the Cuban 800. Again, also a Pegasus aircraft, not really all that worth it, but anyway. For clothing discounts, we have 50% off the Animal Mask. Moving along to the gun van, we follow up is available this week, and 30% off the compact EMP launcher as well. For double money, we have double money NRP on special vehicle stun races, plus the Doom Loader ammunition bunker missions, and finally the best for last, double money NRP on the bunker cell missions, and of course Rockstar is doing double bunker research speed as well. And it is worth mentioning that for GTA Plus members, the bunker is already paying double money, so the double money from this event week does stack on top of that, making it 4 times money NRP for bunker cell missions for GTA Plus members. So, as an example, usually selling a full bunker in a full session with the max player bonus during double money, you get roughly about 2.5 million. So if we double that, you're going to be getting about $5 million if you sell a full bunker in a full public session this week if you have GTA Plus. That's pretty insane. But obviously this is just an example. For those of you selling bunkers solo, if you only want to get one guaranteed delivery vehicle, make sure to always sell when the stock is only about 25% full. Anyway, for the weekly challenge, if you win any 2 stun races, you'll receive the Bigness Carnival bucket hat and a 100k bonus as well. For the FIB priority file in the Garment Factory this week is going to be the Fine Art file. Continuing to the weekly vehicle robberies from the Salvage Art business, again these only change once per event week. We have a Duggan robbery with the Grotti GT500, the cargo ship robbery with the Drift Yosemite, and lastly the Gangbanger robbery with the Schlagen GT, and none of these are claimable this week. And lastly, for the time trials, this week's normal time trials, Grove Street. I highly recommend a quick bike for this one. For the premium race, we have the motorcycle race of sign up things to come. I highly recommend the power search for this race. And if you're on current gen, I highly recommend using the HSW Hakachu Drag. And lastly, for current gen console users, the HSW Time Trials Textile City. As always, HSW Hakachu Drag were the best one for these. In terms of my vehicle discount pick of the week, I'm going to have to go with the Jugular. For well under $1 million, you have the fastest 4-door sports car for track performance. This thing is just a beast and super nice to drive. A fantastic overall car. You guys won't regret getting it if you don't already own it. Anyways guys, overall this event week I would say is one of the better ones we've had in a while, with a business finally on double money, a property discount, a good amount of vehicle discounts, etc. I want to give this week a solid 8 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Thanks again for watching, hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.